Today, we are looking at the worst deaths from Red Dead Redemption series, and honestly, some of these deaths are insanely brutal, while others are heartbreaking. And one of them is so dark, Rockstar did not even show it to us. Starting with the fastest death on this list. In Red Dead Redemption 1, John and Irish break into the Gaptooth Breach mine to steal a Gatling gun. On the way out, John has to push a minecart along the tracks while treasure hunters try to stop him. One of them is a man named Digby Haskins, and Digby makes the worst decision of his life. He stands next to a pile of TNT, right in the middle of the tracks, trying to block John's path. John doesn't even slow down. One bullet into the dynamite, and Digby is gone, blown to pieces in half a second. Is it brutal? Of course. But at least it was instant, which is a lot more than what we can say for what's coming up in this video. Next up, we have Arturo Bullard. He was just a hot air balloon pilot, a man who loved flying. Then Sadie hires him for a mission to scout Sisika prison and find John. On the way back, Arthur and Arturo spot Sadie being chased by O'Driscolls. Arthur starts shooting down at them from the balloon, and somewhere in that chaos, one O'Driscoll fires back and hits Bullard. He dies instantly, and the balloon crashes with Arthur still inside. We never even learn who fired the shot. A completely innocent man killed by a stray bullet in a fight that had nothing to do with him. Now for the most innovative death in the entire series. Professor Andrew Bell believed he invented the future of justice, the electric chair, a humane way to execute criminals, just a quick, peaceful, scientific death. He asks Arthur to help him get everything ready for a public demonstration in Saint-Denis. Moonshine to power it.
How much?
About 100 gallons to do it.
Shine?
Yes, thereabouts.
A permit from the police chief and a condemned criminal to sit in the chair. The real victim of this scene was Wilson J. McDaniels, the outlaw Arthur captured as the test subject. The demonstration is a disaster. The chair malfunctions. Because the chair malfunctioned, McDaniels does not die quickly. He gets electrocuted over and over.
Incredible! He's nearly dead!
Screaming in agony while a crowd full of ordinary people watches him slowly cook alive. Bell keeps telling the audience it's humane. It clearly is not. And when it's finally over, McDaniel spits out the cork and uses his last breath to beg someone to shoot him.
Somebody shoot me, please.
Then he dies. But here's the thing, McDaniel wasn't the only victim. When Professor Bell pulls the lever for the one last time, the machine sends the electricity straight through him instead. He drops dead in front of the entire crowd, killed by the very invention he swore was safe and humane. Winton Holmes owed money to Strauss, so Arthur comes to collect. Winton does not have a cent, but he has a plan. He's been tracking a rare white cougar on Mount Sean, and the pelt would cover his whole debt. So they head into the cave together. Winton suggests they split up. It's a big mistake, because this is not a normal cougar. This animal has been killing and eating the hunters who came for it. There are other corpses already lying in that cave. A few moments later, Arthur hears gunshots and screams. He finds Winton torn apart, covered in bites and scratches.
She got him. Crap. Damn, deader. Penniless idiot.
Now, this is where the deaths start to get a lot darker. In Red Dead Redemption 1, people keep vanishing around Armadillo. A missing son, a missing wife. All that's ever found is blood and bones near Hanging Rock. Then a woman asks John to find her husband, Andrew Holyfield, who's been missing for a few days. Out in the hills, John finds an injured man on the ground, Randall Forrester. He claims some city folk attacked him, broke his leg and ran off. So John does the decent thing. He chases the runner down, hog-ties him and drags him back. Except the man John caught is Andrew Holyfield, and the victim on the ground is the cannibal who's being eaten the town folks. Holyfield broke his leg trying to escape, becoming his next meal, and John just delivered him back, tied up like a Sunday dinner. As a player, you have two choices. You can either save him or you can leave him. If you walk away, Randall eats him alive, a death that only happens because John tried to help.
Fellas gotta eat now. Fellas got to eat.
Save me from this freak, please! Please!
We already know Micah is the worst human being in this franchise, but most players forgot the moment that proved it for the first time, way back in Chapter 2. After Arthur breaks Micah out of the strawberry jail, Micah refuses to leave town without his precious revolvers. His old partner Norman, the man they called Skinny, took the guns after Micah's arrest. So Micah goes straight to his house. Norman opens the door. Micah shoots him.
You always was a letdown, you fat sack of crap!
Then he walks inside and shoots Norman's wife, Maddie. We don't even see it, just flashes through the window. She had nothing to do with any of it. And it gets worse later in the game. You can meet a stranger at the same house, searching for his lost dog, talking about losing his family. Most fans believe that's their son. Micah didn't just kill two people that day. He opened a kid over his revolvers. When the Braithwaites kidnap Jack, the gang responds the only way they know how. They storm the manor, wipe out their sons, and burn the family home to the ground. Catherine Braithwaite is dragged out onto the lawn and forced to confess that Jack was handed to Angelo Bronte. And then comes the most haunting shots in the game. Her son's dead. Her legacy was destroyed. Catherine simply turns around and walks back to her burning mansion. Nobody stops her. The gang just rides away.
Go! Arthur, come on! What are we doing with her? Leave her.
I told you she was crazy.
Rockstar never showed us what happened inside. Later we can find her burnt body in the house, so we can imagine how painful her death was. But Catherine was not even the darkest thing about that family. Behind Braithwaite Manor, there's a small outhouse with a chained door, and if Arthur gets close, he can hear something moving inside. Her name is Gertrude Braithwaite, the daughter the family was ashamed of. They locked her in that outhouse and kept her there for many years. When Arthur finds her, her mind is completely gone. She can barely form words anymore. Now, think about what happens next. The gang kill the Braithwaite men. Catherine dies in the fire, which means there was nobody left who even knew Gertrude existed. Nobody left to bring her food. She starved to death alone in a locked outhouse. One of the most disturbing fates Rockstar has ever written. Now let's move on to the most heartbreaking deaths on this list. Luisa Fortuna gave everything to the Mexican Revolution. Her family suffered for it. She risked her life for it. And more than anything, she believed Abraham Reyes, the man leading it. She loved him. When Reyes gets captured and lined up for execution, and Luisa does not hesitate for a single second. She charges at army soldiers with nothing but courage, trying to save him. They gun her down instantly. Hamish Sinclair is one of the few purely good things in Arthur's story. An old army veteran with one leg, living alone by the lake with his horse, Buell. In the game where everyone wants something from Arthur, their missions together are some of the most peaceful moments in the entire story. In the final visit to Hamish, they go out hunting a giant boar that's been tearing up the land. They split up to track it. When Arthur hears gunshot while searching for the giant boar, he finds Hamish mortally wounded by the beast after being thrown from his horse. Hamish then requests Arthur to take Buell for him before his last breath.
I got thrown and the bastard hog got me. Take Buell for me, would you? He's a good horse. He may be stubborn, but he's strong.
Hamish?
Rainsfall spent the entire game trying to protect his people through peace. His son, Eagle Flies, believed the only answer was to fight, and during the assault on Cornwall's refinery, Eagle Flies saves Arthur's life, and Colonel Favors shoots him.
You silly fool!
They carry him all the way back to the reservation, and he bleeds out in front of his father. Eagle Flies died a hero, but his father lost everything.
My son.
Next we have Miss Grimshaw. Susan Grimshaw held that camp together for many years. She fed them, disciplined them, kept them alive through every move and every disaster. In the final standoff, when everyone had to pick a side, Grimshaw picked Arthur. She raised her shotgun at Micah. Then Javier distracted everyone for a single moment, and Micah shot her in the stomach.
It's with me!
Saddest part is she collapsed and suffered on the ground, while the family she built tore itself apart around her, and not one person could stop to help. Years of loyalty ended in seconds. It's time for the death that ended it all. After 2 games of speeches, plans and betrayals, Dutch Vandeline ends up exactly where it was always going. Cornered on a cliff at Cochine with John Marston pointing a gun at him. But there is no final shootout. Dutch just talks. Then he spreads his arms and steps backward off the mountain. It may not be the most brutal death in the series, but it might be the heaviest, because every single death in this video in one way or another traces back to this man. So tell me in the comments which death should be in the part 3. I will discuss them in the next video. And if you haven't seen part 1 yet, it's right there on your screen. Click it right now.